Clipping Max, Clipping Max, Clip Max. Yes, I know you've heard of the name. In today's video, I want to show you how to create Clipping Max, having one inside the shape and also having another outside the shape. So this brings us to Affinity, and this is an example I demonstrated, Galaxy Z Fold 8. This is one of my favorite concepts I just created. You know, I love what I did, and trust me, you are going to love this. Let me quickly show you. Let me create an artboard. I click on my artboard too, and then I click here, insert artboard. It groups this into an artboard. So as you can see, I switch to the layout studio and then I select this artboard and then I click on this to make a duplicate. I have this image, so let me bring it right here. I have so many of them. I will leave a download link in the description so that you can have access to these images. It's very important to try your hands, not just to watch the tutorial, but try your hands on something. Create something, be creative. You know, let me use this image. Okay, I use this image. This is how to create a Clipping Max. I select the rectangle tool and then I select the shape I want, the star shape. I press and hold shift on my keyboard and I draw a perfect star like this. The next thing I will do is to select a color for this. Let me use this color picker tool here. I select and drag to select a color. I move the star layer here beneath like this. Alright, so the next thing I will do is to create a duplicate of this image. I press Ctrl J on my keyboard and then I turn this off. To create Clipping Max with this layer selected, I move and drop it on top of this, not like this. If I move like this, it goes behind the star shape. I move it on top, or I place it on top to create the Clipping Max. So something like this. So you can see the image is inside the star. We can move it to anywhere we want. When you take a look at how I created this looks like a box which is opening, but I used the star shape to create this. I select the star here and then you can see we have different options here. We have point, we have inner radius, we have outer circle, we have inner circle. So this is what I did. I want this kind of symbol that looks like the AI symbol. What I did is to reduce this to something like this. This is how the AI symbol looks like. To transform this shape into an isometric shape, this is an example of an isometric shape because we have depicted the look of 3D into this shape. To transform this shape into any other shape to look like 3D, I need to right click on the star layer and then I select convert to curves. So it creates points for me, and this is where we can use the node 2. Without converting to curves, you cannot use the node 2. I select this point and then I moved like this. I selected this to move like this, but I press and hold shift on my keyboard just to give me a straight line. So you can see this and that in a straight line. I want this portion to be outside just to depict the idea of, you know, the phone inside the shape, but I want this outside. Remember, we duplicated the image layer, so I turn it on. This is the shape layer, so I move this up and then I can move this slightly to the side. I just want them to be in the same line. So we have this, and then the next thing I will do is to get rid of this portion because we need this portion inside as we have here. So this is what I will do. Select a background color. I click on pixel and then new fill layer. So I can change the color to, let's say, this. At this point, this is what I will do to get rid of this portion. With this layer selected, I reduce the opacity a bit so that I can see through the shape. And then the next thing I will do is to get rid of this portion. I switch to the Pixel Studio, and then there's this tool here called the Rectangular Marquee, and then I select it. This shape looks like a rectangle. It's perfect for me to use the rectangle option. We have so many other options. I can start from this portion here, so I draw the selection like this. So I have created the selection. The next thing I will do is to press backspace on my keyboard to get rid of it. So something like this. And then I press Ctrl D to deselect. I press Ctrl D to deselect or Command D to deselect. Let me edit this slightly a bit. So I switch to the Vector Studio and then I select the node 2. I click this and then I press backspace to delete. Let me increase the size for the image. I select both images and then press and hold Shift to increase. Let me edit this shape here to look like this. So I select the node 2 and then this is how you can create clipping marks and also how to mask an image to look like this. If you found this video very helpful, which I believe you did, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, share and leave your comments. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.